But seriously, can you help me figure out how to start moving more and not dread it? Finally, get back to a life with exercise. And this is your first step. We're going to start getting you moving. I'm Lyn Lindbergh, your Bad Couch Guru. Hey there, this is your Bad Couch Guru, Lyn Lindbergh, and you've reached the Couch to Active podcast, where I believe that exercise should not to be dreadful, but getting off the couch is the hardest thing we do. And I know, you're not actually sitting around laying on the couch with potato chips, hanging on your belly and your beer to the side and binging out on Netflix. I know that's not you, or at least every night it's not you. I know that really you genuinely want to move more and you want to exercise more. You know you need to. And maybe you know what? Maybe you don't even want to. You just know you need to, darn it. And so that's why you want to. But the idea of going to a gym, the idea of enrolling in programs that tell you that you need to pursue a bikini body and a sweaty six-pack abs and blah, look at me. I'm going to pose for my beautiful Instagram photo with the rainbows behind me and the butterfly wings. It just kind of repulses you a little bit, but it's everywhere. And everywhere you turn and everywhere you look, you feel like you should be skinnier, you should eat more kale, you should have celery and carrots for lunch and only drink water ever. And it just doesn't fit and resonate with you. And let me tell you, I am right there with you. I will say right up front to anybody that man, oh man, if the National Institute of Health came out with a new report that said, excuse me, everybody, actually, we were wrong. You don't need to exercise. You need to live a more sedentary lifestyle that is healthy. And we were wrong about all this business of vegetables and such. And actually, the new superfood we recommend is pizza, imported cheese, red wine, and microbrew beer. Let me tell you, if that happened, I would be so happy. I would seriously jump up and down and say, hallelujah. That is the best news of my life, because then I could just relax and slide and enjoy what I eat and be healthy. That would be awesome, but it's not real. So if I want to fight that and live that and then wonder why my health is falling apart, well, that's going to fall me into a little trap there too. So I hear ya. I know that part of living a more healthy, active, vibrant life is figuring out how to get in exercise and movement. And that's what this podcast is about. It is answering that question. What is Couch to Active? If you're new to Couch to Active, welcome to the club. We are the people that believe that we want to live a life where we're happy, or at least not miserable. We are the people that believe that our life doesn't need to be dictated by exercise, but we know we need to. We are the people who are in the pursuit of peace, who are in the pursuit of relationships, who are in the pursuit of so many other goals in our lives, and that's our focus. That's our mission in our lives. And we are the people who are not getting any older. We're not dead yet. Not dead yet, merely a flesh wound. But we are the people who are not getting any younger either. If you have a chronic health issue, you are not alone. I looked up this stat. I didn't believe it when I heard it, so I actually had to look it up. 70% of adults 40 years or older in the United States have a chronic health issue. Holy moly, 70% of us. And don't worry, it gets better. 40% of us have more than one chronic health issue. Yeah, that's the majority of us. I have 3 chronic health issues, so I'm right there with you. When you look at an exercise program and it says, all right, everybody, if you're motivated, if you really want to do this, you will get up an hour extra early and go to the gym and do that class. And it doesn't matter if you hate it because you'll love it when you're done. Okay, we know there's some truth to that. We're the people who know there's some truth to that, but we also know that it's a lot of hype. and we can see through. We are the people who see through the hype of the fitness marketing industry. We are the people that see that pretty much all of the fitness marketing directed towards us is a big BS pile of crap designed to sell us something, and it really repulses us. And we are also the people that believe you don't need a fat wallet to exercise. In fact, when you look back at our nation, when we were more active, we weren't as wealthy as we are today. We know you can get all the activity and exercise you need with hardly spending a dime. Now, does that mean that you should pursue never hiring a trainer, never joining a gym, never buying any cute workout clothes out of a drive to not spend any money on fitness? No, that's not what we're saying at all. But we're the people who believe that you shouldn't join a gym unless you actually like it, or you think you might eventually like it someday. Or you shouldn't hire a personal trainer unless you actually think that you would appreciate the support and it would actually make you have a more fulfilled life. And I, your bad couch guru, am sincerely, genuinely concerned about your well-being. I don't care if you're male or female or fat or skinny or hairy or bald or black or white or tattooed or have a mohawk or are missing an arm or a leg or can't walk or have massive chronic issues or mental health issues. I really don't, well, I care, but I don't look at anything. I really am focused on your well-being. And I believe that your environment, where you live, who you're around, what your routines are, what food's available to you, what exercise is available to you, whether you have a sedentary job or an active job, or whether you have kids you're taking care of or an aging parent you're caring for or something completely different, or whether you struggle with panic disorders or mental disorders, your environment really impacts you more than you realize, because our sense of normal around exercise is really, really messed up. And it's because of all the marketing. It's because of everybody out there who has something to sell you. That's all we hear about fitness. We hear about gyms because they want you to buy their membership. We hear about protein powders because they want you to buy their protein powders or supplements or potions or lotions month after month after month. And you hear about personal trainers and Pilates and dance classes and all these things you keep hearing about because you're being marketed to. But you don't necessarily hear about the free parks or the walking you can do for free or the body weight exercises you can do while watching TV at home or the dancing you can do in your kitchen. Be creative. Think about it. If it moves your body, it gets your heart rate going at all, it's exercise. It doesn't matter if it's never been marketed to you as exercise, it's exercise. And that sense of what's normal for us as far as what fitness is or isn't, is holding us back. That's what I believe are key pieces of Couch to Active. And that's why I'm so passionate about this, because so many of us, our whole lives, we've spent so much time forcing ourselves to do exercise that we think we should be doing. And again, always be aware of that word should, because should is the word of frustration. And what I like to say is, please don't should all over yourself. No, you didn't hear me right. What I said was, please don't should all over yourself. So if you're new to Couch to Active, thanks for being here today. Thanks for listening and joining in. This is not a fitness program. This is not a gadget, a potion, pill, or lotion. We have one mission and one mission only, and that is to help you figure out how to get exercise and activity into your life in a way that makes you happier, more whole, more at peace, so you can live the life you want to live. We want to set it up so that exercise is no longer this big, dreaded thing to do that's on the checklist anymore. We want to help you release feeling guilt and frustration and anger over the limitations your body has right now. And we want you to have that freedom to redefine what success looks like for you based on what you have going on in your life right now, today. As an example from my own life, I went through those early 20s where my exercise was sporadic, but when I did it, I was doing the traditional go to the gym, work out at the weights, do classes. And I always felt good after exercising because your body likes it. Unless you're in really, really bad shape, then your body hates it at first. So just putting that out there. Your body will adjust and it'll eventually like it. So you do feel good after exercising. But I just felt like I was always cramming myself into something else. And I've got a bit of a superhuman amount of grit in me. I run a business. I host 2 podcasts. Another one that has nothing to do with Couch to Active, but I love it. And I would eat by the book, train by the book, and I still would not get the fitness results that everybody else got. And I would train by the book for 5Ks, and I would still come in last of the pack. And it was so frustrating for me. And I used to just beat myself up over it. And it wasn't until later that I realized through a year of doctor appointments that I was missing 30% of my lung function. Oh, duh. No wonder why. It wasn't a matter of grit or self-discipline. I wasn't doing anything wrong. It was the limitation of my body that was there with me and probably always will be. But did knowing that give me an excuse to quit and to stop? No. It helped me give compassion to myself, and it helped me realize that I do have physical limitations, but it shouldn't hold me back still from doing what I love. And those of you who know me know this has been a really long journey with all kinds of health things. And I abso-freaking-lutely believe that staying true to doing the exercise that my body will let me do on any given day has made the difference between me being very functional and possibly mostly disabled. Now, if you're listening to this and you do have a medical disability, please, I am not for 1 second saying that you should feel any guilt or shame about that medical disability because if you'd only exercised, you'd be doing better. No. That's not what I'm saying. Much compassion. The struggle is real and everybody's situation is unique and is different. And for me, exercise really has made the critical difference. So my passion of taking all the BS of the fitness marketing and wanting to just push that aside and say, that's a bunch of marketing BS. And my passion for wanting to live and love my life, not a life that anybody else tells me I should do. And knowing that exercise has to be a part of that, darn it. That is what really is the trifecta of the mission of Couch to Active, is reclaiming what fitness means and being that missing link between wanting to exercise and actually getting it done in a way that helps us smile. That at the core is what Couch to Active is all about. And that is my life. It's what I do all day, every day. So let's take a look at Couch to Active as a business. Right now, summer of 2019, we've got several things in place that we can serve you with. One is this podcast. You've already found it. Ta-da! Congratulations. It is on every platform out there, including Pandora. So if you're a Pandora listener, make a Couch to Active station, and then you've got it right there. I also have a monthly club, and I call it Cactive Club. Cactive? What is that? Check it out, couchtoactive.com/club, CLUB. And that's essentially a once a month support group that meets for folks who want to have some real interaction with real people. I mean, go figure. Woohoo. Go figure. Real people, real interaction, real accountability, making friends. Yes, that's what the Cactive Club is. Coming very soon, I have a course coming out called How to Start Exercising. And that's for people who want to jump in and do a quick start and just dust off the wheels on everything. What I'm most excited about right now, though, and what we're going to spend the entire next 2 months on with the podcast, all of July, all of August podcasts, is the Couch to Active book. It has won, so far, 6 book awards, mostly in the health and fitness categories, health and aging, health over 50, health and fitness. I'm just so excited that I have been literally raking in pretty much all the book awards in the fitness category for this year. When I wrote the book Couch to Active, I knew it was absolutely completely different from any book out there. I have shelves of fitness books, and let me tell you, for the most part, holy moly, you don't want to read them, or maybe you want to use them as a reference or something like that. That is not what this one is. I have fun with it. I have fun with you. The book starts with page 1. Hello, my couch captives. You are about to be released from the almighty power of the couch. And it goes on, no longer will the couch be ruler over you. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of the style of this book. I'm quite tongue-in-cheek. I believe that we have to break through our molds of what things should be or what we think we should do. And that's why I write the book with humor. And that's why I call myself the bad couch guru. Bad couch, bad couch. And I could say, I'm the founder and president of Couch to Active. Who cares? Seriously, who cares? What does that tell me? Or I could say, I have multiple fitness certifications. I'm a personal trainer, certified group fitness instructor, certified cycle instructor, Pilates certified instructor. I mean, that's all true. But seriously, can you help me figure out how to start moving more and not dread it? Another thing, when you write a nonfiction book, one thing that goes on in the back of the author's mind, or in the back of my mind, is how do I help people actually keep reading this book? How do I make it so people don't dread reading a book about the exercise they dread? I mean, how crazy is that? And so I took my 20 years of corporate training, where really the goal of what we do in training is that we teach employees things they don't really care to learn about in a way that will change their behavior on the job, and in a way that will hopefully bring more job satisfaction, make them happier. That sounds like a lot like the same here. How to help people exercise more when they don't necessarily want to, and do it in a way that those habits actually stick, and do it in a way where at the end of it, they actually like their lives better. So I took all that 20 years of corporate training experience and how to help people actually change behavior and put it into this book. That's why there's no audio version of this book, because it's full of charts and graphs and worksheets and areas for you to think about things and write in the book. It really is a workbook that you go through and you work through and you write in like crazy. At the end of it, you've got a really solid idea of how to make this happen in your life. I give you really practical, tactical ways to do this that you apply to your unique life. That's what makes it stick, because nobody is telling you what your life should be. Nobody in Couch to Active is telling you how you should live and what should or shouldn't make you happy. You get to decide that for yourself, and that feels good. Now, let's go back to the podcast for July and August. I made a big, bold decision that for all of July and all of August, we are actually going to go together through the whole Couch to Active book. The book is divided into 8 weeks, so rather than a chapter, it'll say week 1, week 2, week 3. And each week of this podcast, we'll do a new week of the book. Each week, you're going to get a summary of that section of the book, and then I'm going to go through and give you some of the backstory and some of my crazy thinking behind this and where it came from and how this applied to my own life and how I've seen it apply in clients' lives. And then at the end of each one of these podcasts, I'm going to do something pretty bold. I am going to attempt to distill that entire week's worth of lessons down to one concept. And so at the end of each podcast, I promise you, I will say, okay, of all of this we went through, what is the one thing? If you only hang on to one thing, what is it? And I'll give it to you. And so for the next 8 weeks, you'll have that one thing to hang on to. My recommendation, of course, buy the book, have it there, go through it with me. But it's your life. You get to choose what works for you. Anyhow, if you're sitting there Or maybe you're walking or cooking dinner, or you're driving, you're stuck in traffic. Ooh, how did she know I was stuck in traffic? And you're thinking, I just want to get through this as fast as possible in a way that I know for sure will stick. If that's you, then you want to do one-on-one coaching with me. We work through it together, and I have a very, very distinct plan to help make sure it works for you and sticks. That, my dears, is what Couch to Active is all about. Alrighty now. In just a couple days, we're going to release the first of these 9 podcasts where we go through the welcome and the logistics of the Couch to Active book. I'm pretty excited to see how this changes people's lives. It changed mine. This is what I do in my life. I live it. I love it. Take care, friends. Have a great few days. Thank you for listening to the Couch to Active podcast, where I believe that exercise should not be dreadful, but getting off the couch is the hardest thing we do. The full show notes for this episode can be found on couch2active.com. Check out the podcast. It'll be right there. Bye-bye now.